Hey everyone, it's Travis Avila with Landmark Real Estate Group. What is the number one mistake that home buyers make? Stick around to find out. Okay, so we meet with home buyers every day, all day, and there is one thing that gets brought up so consistently that we have to help buyers navigate. And so I would say the number one mistake that buyers make, especially in a market like we're in, with low inventory, rising prices, is waiting for the perfect market. And what I mean by that is you could be waiting for the pricing to go down. You could be waiting for interest rates to drop. You could be looking for increased inventory. And the reason why I think that's a mistake is because we just don't know what the future is going to hold. We don't know what the market's going to be like next year. All we know is the market that we're in now. But if we look back, that can help us look forward and make informed decisions, which is what we want to provide for our buyers. Give them enough information, enough data, so they're not making decisions out of fear or anything else. They have all the information they need and they can make smart, educated decisions, whether that's to buy or to wait. So, for example, when we look at home pricing, obviously everybody wants to get a home for lower price, but the reality is we've seen steady 5 to 6% appreciation year over year in San Luis Obispo County. Now, stuff could change, of course, but it doesn't look like home prices are going to go down anytime soon. So the longer you wait, likely the more you'll pay for a home. That also affects your property tax, which is based on your purchase price. So if prices are going up, your property taxes will go up for the same home if you buy now versus wait. Number two, interest rates. This is a big topic of conversation, and I get it because it can have huge swings in your monthly payment up or down depending on where rates are at. But the thing is, rates aren't forever. They can change. So if you can't afford the home at today's interest rates, you shouldn't buy. But rates, if they go down, you can refinance and lock in that lower rate, and you've secured the home that meets your family's needs. So again, rates, who knows what's going to happen? We've stopped trying to predict those a long time ago, but they're not static. They move up and down based on market conditions. And so I wouldn't necessarily wait, because let's say that the home's worth $800,000 now and interest rates are at 6.75. Okay, that's going to make your monthly payment X. Now, if you increase by 5% appreciation, all of a sudden that home's $840,000, $850,000. And if rates drop to 6%, well, great, but that only impacts your monthly payment by maybe $100. And so is that worth it? It might be. It might not. But again, it might not make enough of a difference to wait if you find the home that meets your family's needs. The third thing is inventory. Now listen, we don't want anyone to settle for a home that they don't like, of course, but there's wisdom in getting your foot in the door early, especially as a first-time home buyer. So a lot of times buyers want this Goldilocks home, right? It's not priced too high, the interest rate's not too high, it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just perfect. Well, the perfect home is really tough to find. And so what we want to do with our buyers is work together to identify what's their why, what's the most important thing, what are the non-negotiables when they go to look for a home. Now, we've seen that as they look at homes, those non-negotiables can change. They could be a little bit fluid and you think, okay, well, this isn't maybe as important as I thought it was. But we want to keep having that discussion because you have to be open-minded enough to say, man, this home checks a lot of the boxes. Not every box, but most of them. And that might be the home that is worth pulling the trigger on because it might not be your forever home like you thought. You know, a lot of people move a few times in their lifetime. So what's the number one mistake that buyers make? It's just waiting for the perfect whatever, the perfect home, the perfect interest rate, the perfect payment, all that stuff. And it just doesn't exist. And we don't know what the future is going to hold. We just know the market now. So what would the encouragement be? Sit down with us. Have a conversation. Find a great realtor who knows the market, who can give you the data to make an informed decision, whether that's to buy now or to wait. But if you wait, just know that there's risks for every decision you make. And you might actually pay more by waiting. You might not. Again, we'd love to sit down with you, help you navigate these complex market dynamics, and figure out if now is the right time for you to buy. Thanks so much for watching. This is Travis Avila with Landmark Real Estate Group. We'll see you on the next video.